Chuckle News, the channel where every story comes with a punchline. Welcome back, Chuckle cadets, to our global laugh lounge. Today's news has more twists than a pretzel factory. So let's unravel this comedic conundrum, starting in Gaza, where the silence on the line isn't from a bad breakup, but a telecom blackout. Historically speaking, silence in Gaza is about as common as a quiet classroom before summer break. It just doesn't happen, and we all know how Americans feel about dropped calls. Speaking of silence, the UN teams are MIA in communication. They're harder to find than a quiet corner at a kid's birthday party. Remember the days when "Can you hear me now?" was just a cell phone ad? Well, Gaza's living it in real time, folks. Lighting up the sky, the Israeli military is going for a light show that rivals the 4th of July. It's like they say, if diplomacy doesn't light up the room, try spotlights and flares. It's a historical repetition, fireworks and fear mingling like an unwanted reunion. Our very own Secretary Blinken is jumping across the Middle East with more hops than a craft beer festival. He's shaking hands, taking names, and trying to stitch peace together like grandma's quilt. Peace by historically complicated. Peace! Then there's Lebanon, where the backhand fourth is so frequent, you'd think they were practicing for Wimbledon. If only the stakes weren't higher than the net. It's got the whole American public picking sides like it's the finale of an international reality show. Hamas is blending tactics, sneakier than a chameleon at a Skittles convention. They're hiding behind playgrounds and hospitals like Waldo in a striped world. It's a game of hide and seek where no one's enjoying the hiding or the seeking. Down in Turkey, a protest turns into a water cannon showcase. Talk about taking Splash Zone to a whole new level. It's the sort of thing that would make Americans spill their lattes from sheer second-hand excitement. Hostage situations in Gaza fluctuate like cryptocurrency. And let's be real, nobody's getting rich quick here. It's a human tragedy. A pawn in a political game that's lasted longer than any Monopoly marathon, and through it all. Here in the US, we've got opinions like we've got TV channels, too many, and somehow, we still can't find anything to agree on. The common ground is as elusive as a satisfying finale to our favorite series, Looking at You, Game of Thrones. In the meantime, let's ponder the peculiarities of our planet. Our world's more interconnected than a game of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, and yet, we've got communication breakdowns like a teenager at a family reunion. Historically, the Middle East has been the chessboard for power plays since the days of high-waisted pharaohs. And here we are, still puzzled over the same sandy stretch of earth. Every American with a Twitter account becomes an armchair analyst when international incidents ignite. We might not be able to find Gaza on a map without Siri's help, but we've got opinions. And they're as diverse as our beloved melting pot. We've seen movements come and go. Hashtags burn bright and fade away. Yet the Israeli-Palestinian conflict endures like that mystery meat at the back of the fridge. Nobody's quite sure what to do about it. What's the moral of today's news novella? Whether it's the echo of history or the plea for peace, sometimes you've got to laugh to keep from crying, and let's face it, with the state of things, if we weren't laughing, we'd all be history majors or philosophers pondering the existential irony of human conflict. So, as we sign off, remember to keep the chuckles coming. Because in a world spinning faster than a fidget spinner in zero gravity, laughter isn't just good medicine. It's our universal health care. Chuckle News, the channel where every story comes with a punchline.